Hey everybody, I'm here with part 2 of my Happy Planner flip through. This is an 18-month Happy Planner, so I'm splitting it up into 3 6-month segments. If you want to watch part 1, which is July through December of 2016, then I will link that and definitely you can check that out first. But it's still so thick. This is actually just 12 months. The first 6 months don't fit in the rings, so I had taken those out. And now I'm just left with the next 12 months, but I'm just going to be showing you through June of 2017 so we can get started. This is the beginning of January. Another hilarious old school style monthly spread where I really had no rhyme or reason and I was just throwing random, not even really functional. I was just throwing completely random leftovers and stuff. I was like, oh, I have it, just throw it in the monthly spread. So that's hilarious. I was also still crossing the days off, which is pretty funny too. And the first spread of the year is a super old school Harriet Wright Designs kit. This is so old. Even at this point it was old because you'll see the next few weeks I used Harriet Wright Designs as well. But this was like, I've been hanging on to it for a while. It was the first kit I ever bought from Harriet Wright Designs. Like so long ago now. And yeah, this is such an early format. I remember Harriet messaging me on Instagram a while back being like, oh my god, I was like scrolling through Instagram and I saw this spread and it's so like, it was such a throwback. And it really is. It's so funny to see the super old formats that used to have all these teeny tiny icons. And I don't know if they didn't have checkboxes or if I just liked covering them all up with the tiny icons. I really don't know. But they were all these like tiny icons and flags and things. So funny to see. And yeah, this was the first full week of the new year. I came home from Copenhagen this evening. And then, yeah, it just looks like it was a pretty regular old week, date night, dinner thing, visiting my nephew, Giants game, all that jazz. Then this is another Harriet Wright Designs kit, but this was much more recent to the time. So yeah, this was much more the updated format and is still not that different from the format today. This is on their old matte paper, which I loved, but I also do really love their new matte paper, so it's fine. But yeah, this was like their really old, gorgeous kind of buttery matte paper, and it was Let's Stay Home. And this was one they had a deal for their Black Friday, I remember, because I always used to get glossy because I don't know, I was like scared of matte because I used to buy matte and then I bought from so many shops that I just like, you know, while I was trying to find new shops, and got matte, and I got just really terrible quality, thin, like not vibrant, bad print quality matte papers. So I was like, okay, if I want quality, I just always have to get glossy. I got that in my head for some reason. And now that I have my tried and tested shops, I'm back to matte. But anyways, so I had always gotten glossy from Harriet Wright Designs. And then for Black Friday, they had this deal. It was like, I think it was buy 5 kits, get one free, which is amazing. And so I bought 5 kits in the glossy, and then the free kit was automatically matte. You didn't have a choice. And I picked this as my free kit, and it came in the matte, and I was like, what have I been doing? This matte is freaking gorgeous. So then I switched to the matte after this anyways. But yeah, I remember loving this spread. I still to this day love this spread. I think this is when I first bought a white pen, was for these stickers. And yeah, oh, and I think this week, yeah, this is the first week I started framing the date covers with glitter headers. That's something that I kept doing up until the end of this planner. And yeah, so this week looks pretty regular week. Yeah, a lot of schoolwork and stuff. Oh, I went to see La La Land. Ugh, I wish I could get that time back of my life. I freaking hate that movie. It was so terrible. Don't at me. Yeah, football season, all the rest of it looks good. Yeah, still love this spread. Still love these colors for winter. I think that's really fun. Then we have another Harriet Wright Designs kit. I think this is the first week that I used washi, like actual washi tape instead of included. Well, I also used the included bottom washi, but I used it on the top. And yeah, I think this was the first week that I was like, oh, instead of just pushing the to-do list down, you know, when I put my bottom washi up here, why don't I just incorporate, you know, some of my beautiful washi tapes that I had started to accumulate. So yeah, I remember really enjoying that. And yeah, this is like the old school glossy. And what do we do this week? Oh, we went to see the Kite Runner play. That was really good. And went to Bone Daddy's beforehand. Love that ramen. And the Women's March was this weekend. This was a good week, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, some of these, like, this type of glossy paper has not held the pen very well, so as time's gone on, it's kind of fallen out and then smudged a bit, but that's all right. This week, oh, this is a gorgeous week. This was a hummingbird planner kit, and yeah, it is, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a winter floral kind of theme. Love these colors. I pulled in glitter headers just as like a little fun touch this week, so I just did them where I layered the glitter header on top of the regular header, and I just picked kind of 3 colors that I thought matched well with the kit. Yeah, looks like a lot of canceled stuff. Maybe I was sick this week, don't know. But yeah, this looked like a fun week. Went to the Tate Modern. I think that was the first time actually that I went. I made banana bread, doing my work, had some coffee. Oh, went to see The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. That was another amazing play. Oh, this was to celebrate, this was like belated birthday gift for my partner. So my mom gave us both tickets to this play for Christmas, and then my mom gave my partner for his birthday a dinner out, like, oh, just dinner out on me. And so we went to a fancy restaurant for dinner, and so we combined the Christmas and birthday gifts into one there. I remember that was really, really fun. And yeah, then we are into February, another completely wild monthly kit. I mean, we don't really even need to dwell on the absolute ridiculousness of this. I put some Valentine's deco in there. That's fun. This is by Gem Designs, right? Yeah, I think so. This is a by Gem Designs kit. Again, really love the kind of, I did the sort of color blocking style like I did with the previous one, where I did mostly the gold over here and mostly the blue over here, and I really like that. I love this damask print and the kind of like, it almost looks like gold foil style. I really like that. And yeah, I remember this week because I remember I was really sick, so that's like hence all of these canceled stickers. So I remember that being a huge bummer. Yeah, but otherwise looks like I was like counting down to a lot of stuff, a lot of trips. So yeah, this is another really pretty week that unfortunately has gotten a bit smudged. I think with certain papers, especially glossy, like really like photo paper style glossy, I just found that long term, so if you are someone who really cares about that, like having your spreads for memories and stuff like that, that has, I found, just smudged a lot as the time's gone on. Then we have another hummingbird planner kit. I was also getting into the foil washi here, and I was this is the first time I distinctly remember putting deco in my little side area here. So, because I remember being like, oh, there's all this gorgeous deco with this kit, and Hummingbird Planner didn't usually have deco, but there was like a little mini deco sheet that came with this like Swan Lake kit. And yeah, also I remember like I tragically ripped the washi, and you can still totally see that. Anyways, but yeah, so I remember being like, oh, I want to fit all of it, and so putting like one of the dancers over here and just trimming off the edge, and I couldn't fit the other one, and then I was like, wait a minute, what if I just put in the center and then cut around the hole? And yeah, I really liked it, and then the rest is history. I keep saying now I'm in an EC, but up till the end of this planner, I frequently have decorated the sort of inner sides of the planner there. Yeah, so what was going on this week? Just a lot of doing my PhD stuff, it looks like. Meetings and all the rest. Football game, that's always fun. Oh, Go Ape, that's fun. That's like where you go climbing. It's like a ropes course thing. That's really fun. I remember that. That was a good time. And then we have Valentine's Day week. So I'm often not the biggest fan of Valentine's kits that come out because they're just a lot. I don't really like pink. I realize a lot of these spreads like are really kind of pink and femme. A lot of that reason is because maybe I'll like the art and I'll just like kind of suck it up. Or a lot of that is like, that's kind of what's available. I think that's changing more recently. There's a lot more different styles of art and kits available, but I think especially when I was first starting, I was like, oh, everything is super femme and pink and girly, and that's like my only choice for kits, so I would just buy them because I liked decorative planning. But yeah, for Valentine's Day, I was like, oh, I just can't handle like really pink floofy kits. So I was delighted to see this kit from Hummingbird Planner, and I don't think it was marketed as a Valentine's kit because I remember I got it in the Black Friday sale, so that's like pretty early for Valentine's Day kits. So I don't know if they were explicitly marketing it as that, but it was this sort of fairy tale kit, and it had these really like graphic, I loved like the dragon scales and the dragon print, and I liked this sort of character here, and I loved the bright reds and the jewel tones. I thought that was really, really fun, and an interesting twist on Valentine's Day. And so yeah, I incorporated washi here and washi tape, and I was doing my side decoration a little bit. I was dipping into that, so I was really kind of getting into my style here. And yeah, I remember like I totally love this week. I think it's a bit busier now than I would do it today, but I think it's still definitely a good week. And yeah, it is on that old school glossy paper, but this one's actually held up pretty well, hasn't smudged too much, so that's good. And yeah, I remember this was just a pretty basic week. Valentine's Day was a little more low key. We just had dinner at home, so I just made us a dinner. We just stayed in because our real celebration was that we were going to Italy. So we left for Italy on Saturday, and we had, I think, like over a week. Yeah, we had over a week in Italy. So we got to Bari this evening, and then Sunday we went to a nice local cafe. We went for a really long walk along the sea, and then this spread, which I got explicitly for our Italy trip, and this was by Lucinda Charlotte Designs, and you all may remember this art. I felt like it was so perfect for our full week in Italy. And I also pulled in foil washi, so I had this is actually a washi sample from Archive Station, I remember, and I remember being like, oh, it's perfect, I'm gonna save it for that week because it's a blue foil and it's kind of like vine pattern. And yeah, I just loved the blue, especially like the blue kind of China prints I really loved, and the green, of course. The green's one of my favorite colors. And yeah, so we had an amazing week in Italy. More croissants and decaf espressos for breakfast, and we went to the St. Nicholas Basilica. We went to the castle. Went out to lunch. We meant to go to the Archaeological Museum this day, but it was closed on Mondays. I remember that. We watched the sunset over the ocean. And then the next day we were able to go to the Archaeological Museum, and we took a train to Polignano a Mare, which is this beautiful town that's like on cliffs. So it's like you go to the edge of town and you just look straight down, and it's the ocean, and it's like really high, and the buildings are all built into these cliffs and stuff. It's so beautiful. My sister recommended that. And yeah, we were staying in Airbnbs. We had an amazing time. Wednesday we got the train. Well, we got two trains actually to Naples. We went to the cathedral. The next day we went to Herculaneum, which I highly recommend. Honestly, we went to both, and I would recommend Herculaneum over Pompeii, actually, to be honest. I felt like it was less busy. It was easier to navigate and make sure you saw everything. Pompeii had a map, but it was a super unclear map, and there was other stuff I didn't like about Pompeii, but I would highly recommend, if you only can go to one, I would actually say, even though it's the less famous one, go to Herculaneum. But they're both sites from the same, they're both preserved cities from the same Vesuvius eruption, so they're like very similar, but I would actually recommend Herculaneum. And yeah, we just had a lot of quality time together. Then on Friday, my little sister joined us in Naples, and we got gelato. We went to the piazza. We walked along this ocean. And then Saturday, we went to Pompeii. Not that it's not like that it was bad. I just didn't like it as much. Like, for example, they had an art exhibition there. So they had a bunch of like fake ruins, so like statues that looked like ruined statues, but they weren't. They were like modern art pieces, and like that were put in the middle, like scattered around as an art installation. And I didn't like that because I think the beauty of Pompeii is like the history and the fact that it's all of this really old stuff that's been preserved, and that just kind of confuses and distracts from it, I think. So I didn't like that. But anyways, yeah, so that is my thoughts on that. And then we went to this amazing pizzeria that was recommended to me by a coworker from Naples who's like, you have to go here. It was incredible and like so affordable too, but like best pizza I've ever had, honestly. Gino Sorbio Pizzeria. And yeah, and then the next day we were leaving, but we went to the Catacombs. Again, if you're in Naples, I highly, highly recommend you go to the Catacombs. Amazing experience. And then we came home. So yeah, sorry, I rambled a lot about this week, but it was a really special week. And I wanted to give you those hot Naples recs. So yeah, now we are going into March. And finally, I got my act together with my planning, with my monthly planning and my monthly spreads, and I bought a Planning World monthly kit, which to this day are some of my favorites. They're probably my all-time favorite kit in terms of format. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to get in the States in the UK because they're from the States, and the shipping is really expensive, so I can only get it I can only justify it sometimes. And also the kit is pretty expensive itself, and I just get the matte. I don't even get the foil. That would be even more expensive. But I do really, really love them, and this spread just turned out so gorgeous. So I won't go over the highlights because you'll see them as the weeks go on. But then we have a kit here from the Hummingbird Planner. Pulled in some foil washi as well. And yeah, I remember this one fondly. It's like a pretty simplistic spread, which I like. I don't love like all the pink, but the gray is really kind of balances it out, I think. And I loved like pulling in these Planning World, like really dark black pieces. I thought that was really fun. And this one as well. So yeah, this looks like it was just, had a doctor's appointment. Don't remember that. Hopefully it was fine. That looks like pretty basic week. Oh yeah, NHS March on Saturday. And then we had another Harriet Wright Designs kit. I also pulled in some washi tape to this one. And this was the Cyber Monday mystery kit, I believe. So yeah, and it was like Monday themed and coffee and that kind of thing. And I just like really liked the quote there. Sorry, it's really difficult to get the full like planner in frame because it's so thick, but I think you're getting the gist of the spreads. And let's see, this week was, oh yeah, so pretty basic week up until we left for Dublin on Sunday. So then this week, yes, oh, I said we, I mean just me, because this is the week that I spent in Ireland with a different little sister. And I also pulled in foil washi to this spread. I remember like not being 100% sold on if this washi was right, but I think it is nice because there's not really gold in the kit, but there's also not really any other metal color. So anyways, yeah, this is a little paper prints kit. I pulled in, looks like just one row of green glitter headers there. And yeah, this was a really, really fun week with my sister. And did I get there? Yeah, okay, so I got there in the morning, so we did a little bit of shopping and hanging around Dublin on Sunday, and then on Monday we went to hike Glendalough, which is in the Wicklow Mountains, another one of my fave places, absolutely love. Tuesday we did a bus tour to do the Cliffs of Moher and other things around there, and then Wednesday we did the Giant's Causeway tour, which takes you to a bunch of different places. So yeah, just getting around, doing lots of like hiking and sightseeing around around Ireland. And yeah, it was a really great, and it was my sister's first time there as well. So I had seen some of these places before, but it was her first time, so that was really cool. And then we went to the museum on Thursday, and then I came home, and it was a pretty basic, I had to work all weekend to make up for the fact that I had been gone. I remember that's not fun. And yeah, and I was starting the countdown to my birthday, very exciting. So this is a kit from Those Silly Stars, I believe. Yeah, it looks like I was doing some color blocking this week, so that's fun. I had my birthday countdowns going, and yeah, this one, I don't know. I don't know why I bought this kit, but I think it was like, there was definitely a time where I was like in a kit buying spree where I was like, just buy all the kits, find a new shop, buy 5 kits from them, which I definitely don't do anymore. But I don't, again, I don't hate this kit, but there's just like elements of it I don't love. Like today I would never buy this kit again. Just like I don't like this bottom washi. I don't really like some of the florals and the colors. I don't know, it's just not really my vibes. But you know, you gotta like have some growing pains. I think everyone goes through that when they first get into decorative planning. They can go a bit overboard and like not really know their style or what's going to actually be functional for them or what they're actually going to like. But yeah, this week looks like it was a pretty normal week. Oh yes, and then Friday my partner had the day off from work, so we went out to Dorset and we went for a really lovely walk. And I think we went to this is when we went to the castle. So there's like a castle out there called Corfe Castle, and my partner used to work there when he was in college, or when he was doing his master's, I believe. He used to work at that castle, so we went to go back there and see it, and that was really cool. And then Saturday, I did a pub quiz. We lost miserably, I remember that. And then, yeah, it was pretty basic Sunday. So moving on. Oh, I loved this kit too. I loved this art. I had a cover for my Happy Planner with this art for a while as well. So this is from Lucinda Charlotte Designs. Still counting down to the birthday here. And yeah, this looks like it was a pretty basic week. Oh, my friend Becca was in town from Ireland, so we grabbed a coffee. That was nice. I remember that. And oh, we went to see the Beauty and the Beast movie, hung out with my nephew. Yeah, this is a good week. I just love green so much. So any kits that were like, here's all the green, I'm like, yes. And I do really like the cactus kind of motif very much. Yeah, I still like this spread. This is still a good one. Oh, and I pulled in glitter headers as like a little tiny bottom washi. And now we are moving into April. I was trying to do more like notes page things there. It didn't really stick with that. I used an GP Sticker Studios monthly kit this month, and I just found that I didn't really like the format, so I didn't use them again. I love their weekly kits, and I love their personal monthly kits, but their regular monthly kits weren't really my vibes. Just, I don't know, they don't come with enough labels. I think it's probably more for white space planning, which obviously monthly spreads are always white space, but more of like writing on the paper. And I don't really like to do that. So I like to have labels. I don't really like to write on the paper as much. And yeah, so there was definitely not enough labels, and I just didn't really, so I had to pull in a lot of stuff, which I think made it look a little bit more hodgepodge. And yeah, I don't know, I just didn't really I don't really find these types of sidebars functional. So yeah, I just didn't really find it as functional for the way that I monthly plan. But I do really like the sort of watercolor kind of art. And then this was the first week that I ever did white space. And I know it doesn't look very white spacey because I was a baby white space planner. I still am a baby white space planner, honestly. But I love this kit. To this day, I love this kit. It is, I don't remember what it's called, but it was like, it's like the really wild, like abstract prints and glitter and bright colors, rainbow colors, and I just love it so much. This is back before they had different paper options though, and I just never really loved the vinyl paper. I bought from their shop anyway, despite the paper, because their shop was amazing and they have really unique and beautiful kits and like exclusive designs and all that kind of thing, and it was still worth it. However, like when I look back on the kits especially, it's like kind of a bummer because I would use the correct pens that I was supposed to be using. Like I bought pens only to use with this paper and it still wouldn't work. So like, as you can see, and this hasn't happened like later, this would happen right away, it would still bleed and get really blurry, and it's just kind of a bummer, especially to look back. But yeah, this would happen like as the week went on, so I don't remember using these kits fondly for that reason. I don't know why I have trouble even using the correct pens where other people don't. Maybe it's the climate. Like I live in a quite humid climate. I live in London, so maybe it's that. I really honestly don't know, but yeah, I never liked the vinyl paper, so I'm so grateful that I can get their premium matte today. But yeah, this is such a baby white space spread because I bought way too much stuff. So I bought the kit and I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy the full kit. I'm only going to buy certain pages and do a white space spread. But I still bought way too much. So like I had the full washi sheet because I wanted the bottom washi, but then I had all the washi strips, and you get so many boxes on the full box or the half box and quarter box sheets, and I wanted to use everything because I also don't, I don't like to waste stickers, so I want to use everything, and by the time I did that, there's very little white space left, so yeah, because I remember being like, oh, I can write this on the paper, but then I was like, oh, but I have all these boxes and flags, so I might as well use them and use the washi strips and things like that. So yeah, there's actually very little white space left, but it was my first go, so, we have to start somewhere. And then I used a little paper prints kit this week. I really like this one. I really loved this kind of gray color and the different blues. And yeah, this is when I did this for a while where I would put like my schoolwork in little things in the bottom and stuff. I remember that. And yeah, I just really loved. I also pulled in like some more of those like little Planning World like gorgeous matte stationery or like office kind of stickers, and it was kind of like planner themed. And yeah, let's see, what did we do this week? Another pretty basic week. Went to Soul Train. I remember that was fun. That was for my friend, I think it was for my friend Hannah's birthday. And it was Easter as well. I don't really celebrate Easter, but I had that sticker, so I just threw it in. And then another all-time favorite spread. This is my birthday week from this past year, and I used the Scribble Prints Co. January Mystery Kit, which was this birthday theme, and I freaking loved it. And I color blocked the days with the bright colors, which I think looks amazing because there was like the checklists were all the checklists and little things and weekly boxes and everything were all just the gray with like touches of gold glitter, and the boxes had like the gray background. So color blocking with the bright colors with the headers and the boxes and icons and things, I thought looked so gorgeous. And then the gold glitter as well, like so in love. And the date strips like totally worked with the Happy Planner, which I was worried they wouldn't, but they did just fine. And the balloon bottom washi and I think these are Vintage Rose Studios birthday countdowns, like everything just 100% like over the top perfect birthday vibes, and I just loved it so much, and I still love it. And yeah, I almost considered, like, I had an opportunity to get another copy of this same kit, and I almost did to use it again next year, but then I figured, no, I'm gonna want to like leave myself open to new birthday kits. But yeah, this was an amazing week. It was, my partner had this day off, which was fun, and then this was my birthday, so I got my brows done. I took myself out to a little solo lunch at Oaxaca, which is a treat for me, and I really enjoyed it. I went to the Museum of Transology, which was like a temporary exhibit that was going on, and this was like one of the last days, so I made sure to get in there. And then I went out to a lovely dinner at a vegetarian restaurant with my partner. So this was just a wonderful day. Really enjoyed it. And then, let's see, we just had a regular week, did some work. And then, I remember this. My partner was busy Saturday evening, so I went to see The Zookeeper's Wife by myself, and that was a really, really good movie. He later saw it on an airplane. We watched it together on an airplane, so he has seen it since. So I really enjoyed that. And then, and then part of my birthday present was to see the queer art exhibition that they had on at the Tate Britain. I believe it was the Tate Britain. And so we went to see that. And then one of my favorite podcasts was having a meetup in London, which is incredible, especially since they're a Canadian podcast. That was really lucky. So I went to the Witch Please meetup, had an amazing time, and met some really cool peeps. And this was just an absolutely incredible week. It was a beautiful week, and I loved the kit, and it was also a really fun week that I remember fondly. And then we have another spread that I really, really love. This was the January Mystery Kit from GP Sticker Studios. Again, the paper, not my fave, but I loved the colors. I thought they were really interesting, especially this like kind of powdery blue almost, and this green. I thought they were quite unique. And yeah, I really liked the glitter, and I'm usually not a big floral person, but I liked the kind of darker florals almost that were used in this kit. This week, yeah, it's just a pretty regular week, I would say. Conference performance? I don't remember what that was. Yeah, could not tell you what that was. Conference performance? Nope, don't know. I'm sure it was something interesting. And then, went to the Heath and my friend Laura's birthday party. That was also at Oaxaca. I remember that. That was fun. And then we are moving on to May here. Another beautiful Planning World kit that I spoiled myself with. And this was the one I used the art, the same art in a weekly kit, but like looked super different than this. But in this month. But yeah, really, really loved this one. And then this weekly kit was not my fave. It was a mystery kit, and I should have probably just sold it, to be honest, but I was like in the kind of space of like, I don't want to waste kits that I paid for, and like not quite getting my money back is kind of wasting. So I was like, I'm just going to use it. And I use it on the week of all my sister's birthdays. Not that it's really any of my sister's styles either, really, but I don't know. That was just kind of like, I was like, oh, it's kind of like these two characters. I was like, they kind of, I mean, again, not really like neither of my sisters dress like that, but the red hair and the blonde hair was like, oh, that's kind of like my sisters. So yeah, 3 of my sisters all have 2 of them have the same birthday. They are not twins. They were actually just born on the same day, 6 years apart, which is pretty wild. And then another one of my sisters has a birthday 3 days later. So yeah, and all 5 of us were born within a month of each other. So that's a fun family fact. But yeah, so I actually like didn't love this spread. Now that I look back on it, it's not terrible. I think it was just like a bit much. It's like a bit femme for me. I pulled in like glitter washi, like leaning into it. But yeah, I don't know. I remember like just... I think I didn't even post this spread on my Instagram because I was like, ugh. If I recall correctly, yeah. But yeah, so this was 2 of my sister's birthdays. So this was a deco thing from the kit. And then this one was a deco piece from a Lucinda Charlotte design kit that I borrowed. So I used those because it's mostly just the hair color. Like my oldest sister is blonde and then my sister Haley's brunette. So I figured that could kind of represent them. And this is something that my sister Haley would wear, actually. I showed her this picture, and she was like, I'm jealous of that outfit. And then otherwise, it looks like it was a pretty normal week. And then this is my sister Hannah's birthday. Again, she doesn't really look like that, but she has bright red hair. And yeah, it was just a pretty normal week. I think like a lesson that I learned from this week was that if I don't absolutely love a mystery kit, or if I buy a kit and I later change my mind about it, to just not be shy about reselling it, to just do that, and then, you know, buy a kit that I am really going to love and enjoy, and only use kits that I really do love in my planner. Yeah, that's kind of the lesson I think I learned from that. But moving on, this one I did absolutely love. So this is another GP Sticker Studios kit, but this one I had been holding on to for a long time. So this is a really old format. And I loved the marble and the kind of faux gold foil and the black and then just touches of blue as the color. I thought was just so gorgeous. And yeah, again, vinyl paper, so it's quite smudgy, which is a bummer. But, oh my gosh, I love this crying in a puddle sticker. This was on a freebie and it was perfect because I remember this was like, I'd bought something from a company and they never sent it and I couldn't get in touch with them, and I ended up, luckily I bought it through PayPal, and I ended up having to file a PayPal claim, which they never responded to, and I did get my money back eventually, but it was kind of like a really annoying whole hullabaloo that I was like, why would you just not even get in touch or like send me the thing that I bought? It's weird. Anyways, so I remember that. And yeah, I remember this fondly because we went to see Bob Dylan in concert this night, and this is also the day we got engaged. So my partner and I, it's not really that exciting. It's not in the planner because obviously we didn't plan it, but yeah, it's not like that big of a deal because my partner and I had just been talking about it for a while, and we basically agreed like, okay, yeah, at some point in the next few years we're going to get married. We'd already kind of like, that had been, you know, we were on the same page with that. But at the concert, or we were having dinner before the concert, we just sat down and we were like, okay, when do we actually, like, when would be the best time for us to get married? And we picked a date, and so that's kind of when we officially were engaged. So that's when we kind of told our family, okay, we're engaged now, and we announced it and everything like that. So basically, this is the day we got engaged, so that's a very exciting day. Other than that, I think it was a pretty regular old week. Went to my in-laws' house. Yeah, I do. To this day, I love this spread. It's kind of a bummer that it's all smudgy because of the paper. But what can you do? Oh, and this was Mother's Day as well on Sunday. And then this was another Hummingbird planner kit, and this one I remember was a whole thing as well because I wanted to use this dark blue pen this week to mix it up and not just use black all the time. But I had such a pain. So I don't know what it is. Like, I do not understand. This is supposed to be the kind of paper that you can write on with your like felt pens, like your permanent marker pens. And I used like 3 different ones, so like Staedtler, Stabilo, and Sharpie. So they're pretty close in color, so you maybe can't tell, but throughout the week I had to switch between 3 different ones, and all 3 of them eventually dried out, and it was so freaking annoying. And like it dried out immediately. I don't understand I don't get it. I don't understand what the problem was. So please tell me what I'm doing wrong, or I do not I absolutely hate those pens, and I would never buy them again, and everyone loves them. So something must be wrong. I don't understand. But yeah, I would just I'm staying clear of all those pens, but now I have a ton of them, and it's I don't want to use them because I know they dry out so quickly. I can't even finish a week with them. So please give me your tips on dealing with those pens. I don't know. It's really frustrating. But anyways, other than that, this was an interesting week. So I had my annual review. I remember that went well. My friend Julie was in town very briefly, so I remember grabbing coffee with her. It was very nice. And then my sister came, my older sister this time, came on the Friday. So it's kind of nice because I got to see all my siblings this year in some kind of spend some special one-on-one time with them in one way or another. So I was with Hannah in Italy and with Haley in Ireland, and then Christine came here. So that was really fun. So we stayed in a hotel together, and we just did a bunch of touristy London stuff. But then I got really sick, unfortunately. So I started getting sick on Saturday. We still were able to do all the stuff we wanted to do, but my partner had to take over for me from some stuff, and I had to go stay in the hotel and sleep and be sick and miserable. So that kind of sucked, but we still definitely got to do a lot of stuff and hang out, which was fun. So I made a little deco scene down here with my Once More with Love deco. And for some reason, I remembered I also pulled in glitter headers as well. But for some reason, I remember being I remember I totally overdid it on the deco because I had this full sheet of London deco from Once More with Love, and I was like, when else am I ever going to use it? But looking back, this is totally an appropriate amount. I don't think I overdid it at all. So I used some of them functionally in the spread. I put the underground one when I had to pick my sister up from the station, and I just dotted a few deco pieces, and then I put some on the top as well. But I think this scene is perfectly appropriate. It covered up the extra to-dos because I didn't need as many to-dos when my sister was in town. This is basically vacation time. And yeah, I think this is a totally appropriate little scene that is really cute, and I like it. So actually, yeah, I don't know why I remembered that as being an example, I totally overdid it on the deco, because I think that's really nice. Anyway, so yeah, this was when my sister was in town, and it was really nice except for the fact that I was sick, but it was really nice to spend time with her. And then this week I love as well, except again, I wanted to use the light blue pen, and I had the same exact problems as previously stated with the light blue Staedtler and Stabilo pens, which is a bummer. But yes, anyway, I do really like this art, and this is the same as the monthly art, but you can tell just very different takes on it, very different colors. This is my 2-year anniversary with my partner. Very exciting. And this is the day my sister left as well. And then let's see, normal week, I think, pretty regular old week. And then on Saturday, we drove up to Lincoln and did a little exploring. and hung out with my extended in-law family because on Sunday my cousin-in-law was getting married. So we went to their wedding and it was an amazing time. It was really beautiful, and yeah, it was just really fun. And it's always fun to hang out with some of my extended in-law family that I don't get to see as often. And yeah, they're all really cool. So that was really fun. We had a lovely day in Lincoln and it was a lovely wedding. And now we are moving on to June, which is the last month that will be in this haul. This was a monthly kit from K Elizabeth Plans, I believe. Yes, I always mix up K Elizabeth and Katie Elizabeth Plans, but this was K Elizabeth Plans, which is Kelly, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, so this was a kind of summery June kit. I remember this was a very last minute purchase because I got to like the 1st of June and realized I hadn't bought a June kit. So I was like scrambling and I picked this one up. And it wasn't my favorite format. It was kind of weird. Like there was a lot of stickers that I'm like, what are these for and stuff. And it was kind of strange. But I mean, it definitely did the job. It was fine. And then this kit is from Hummingbird Planner as well. I pulled in my favorite peacock washi because I never get to use my peacock washi and I love it so much. And yeah, let's see. We came back from Lincoln on the Monday, so we stayed like 2 nights, which was nice because we got to take our time and relax a bit. And I think this was a bank holiday as well, so that's why we were able to wait to come back because my partner didn't have to be at work on Monday. So yeah, I think this was just a pretty normal week, and went to a museum this weekend, the Jeffrey Museum. That's a pretty cool museum. And yeah, it was just a chill weekend. Spent some time outside. I remember the weather was lovely this week. So yeah, I really like this kit. Love these colors. And then this is a kit from Lucinda Charlotte Designs. Again, this is one that I bought when I was like pretty new to planning, and I was in a kit buying like spree and was like finding new shops and buying a million kits from them. And I was like really into marble as well, so I bought this. In hindsight, I didn't love this sort of art and this sort of color scheme of it. So again, probably one that I should have actually like sold or just like not bought in the first place, or like, you know, but I was like, I just had it forever. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to use it to get it out of my stash. It's not that I hate it. It's just not like 100% my vibes. I pulled in like foiled washi and date covers. Again, like I don't really like how that looks. But you know, it's all a learning curve. So that's all right. And let's see, I think this was just a pretty typical week. I was dog sitting my in-law's dog that day. Oh, we went to the zoo with my little nephew. That was really fun. So yeah, then this week was a kit that I really, really loved from Little Paper Prints. Love this art. Like I love the whole kind of light bulb scheme and the colors. I like the pop of orange with the blues. I think that was really fun. And yeah, so I still love this one to this day. And let's see, what did we do this week? This was fun. I remember like all the PhD students in my department, or like my broader college, had to give presentations on our work thus far, and I won an award for mine, so that was really cool. I remember that. And yeah, that was I remember we were protesting at 10 Downing Street, and after the election, went to a barbecue at a friend's house. I remember that fondly because I hung out with their kid the whole time, who was really adorable. And that was really fun. Apparently signed our new lease, went to the Heath, all good stuff. I was counting down with these like cute emojis to our, like these summer emojis. I was counting down to our vacation. So then this week was another attempt at white space. This was much more white space, I think, than the previous one. And this was the like kit that matched the April monthly. So I think it's like paint, something with paint in the name. And yeah, so this week, again, I liked the kind of the gold and the watercolor motif, but again, the vinyl paper, as you know, not my fave. That's all right. Yeah, I think this was just a pretty too hot to work. Oh God, this was the heat wave. Yeah, some canceled stuff in the weekend. Oh, and then this was my friend was going to have surgery, so she was going to be out of commission for a while, so she was kind of having a last hurrah dinner. Not last hurrah, that sounds dark, but she was fine, but it all went well. But she was just having like a fun dinner with some friends before she went into surgery the following day, so that was really nice. I remember that. And yeah, getting ready for trips and things like that. This week, very exciting. So this was the week that we went on our like sort of beach holiday, and you won't see the rest of the beach holiday because that will be in July. So that will be the first spread for the next flip through, so a little teaser. But yeah, so I specifically bought this kit from Harriet Wright Designs for that. And this was GP Sticker Studios, if I didn't mention it, you couldn't tell. But this I specifically bought from Harriet Wright Designs knowing that I was going on a beach holiday this weekend, so it got me very excited in the lead up to it. And I pulled in some gold foil washi as well. I was going all out. And this was the iteration of the format where you could get the base kit and then you could get an add-on sheet that had extra scripts and functional deco, so you know I bought that sheet. And yeah, I love this spread to this day. I think the yellow, like I often don't like yellow in kits, but I think the use of the yellow here is really interesting. And yeah, so let's see what we did. I think, yeah, pretty basic week up until we left on Saturday. We took a train to Cornwall. That's a very long train. And then we got to the beach house. So my in-laws had rented a beach house and everyone came down, all my siblings-in-law and my nephew and everything. And that was really fun. I baked cookies the night before. I brought those cookies and I was like, oh, these are enough. Like I baked a ton of cookies and I was like, oh, this will be enough for the whole weekend. It was not. They were gone the first night. So now I know for next year. And yeah, so we walked the dog on the beach. That was really fun. We just hung out as a family. Unfortunately, this got a little smudged too, which is strange because this is matte paper, so I don't know how that happened, but it is a bit of a bummer. And then we had a beach day on Sunday. We watched Love Island together. That was really fun. Never seen it before, but I got really into it. Yeah, and I remember this was a really fun week, and so was the rest of the vacation. So it was like a 4-day, so Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday as well, but that will be in the next flip through of July. So yeah, that is January to June of 2017 in my happy planner. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe. It'll mean the world to me, and it'll let you see the next part of the flip through if you're interested in that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.